10% rule. So where have you heard this before? Sure, you've heard it before when it comes to money and tithing. So 10% of your personal income. And so this has been a really powerful realization for me, which is the 10% rule with your time. So yeah, donate 10% of your personal income to charitable causes or whatever it is. You're donating 10% in some way, whatever feels right for you. It can change, month to month or year to year or quarter to quarter. I was feeling burnt out where I was getting asked to do all these things to donate my time and my talents to, and I wanted to, and I felt like everybody needed to, and I felt like I could make an impact with each of the ones. Yet it was taking up all my time and it was getting in the way of my core cash flowing business activities. And so for me, I felt very stuck there for a period of time where I'm like, what do I do? I know it's good to give and be generous, and it's like they need help in this stuff, but then how do I not feel depleted and drained at the same time? And how do I make sure that, things are flowing for me to give anyways? And, should I just be giving, without thought at all and just, donate. And that's where I was. And someone shared with me, it was very powerful, just said something of, 10% of your time. And like that just clicked. It just opened up for me. It's like, okay, well, yeah, I wouldn't expect somebody to donate 90% of their personal income. So why would we do that with your working hours? And so that shift has been really powerful for me to have that balance of, okay, donating 10% a week of my working hours. And that keeps me in balance. Why is that important? Because it keeps me in balance. Why is that? Why is being in balance important? It's because there's nothing to give if things aren't in balance. And giving from an empty cup where there's a few little drops or squirts there is not the same as giving from an overflowing cup. And how that looks like at time is that, yeah, maybe we give that time, but what's the quality of the energy that we show up during that hour? Is our energy really low and depleted? And, for me, I'll get a little grumpy or short or just it's not a fun vibe. Or do we show up to that hour of donating time, energy buzzing, creativity crackling, and just feeling like, boom, putting a lot of energy in. And so, a 40-hour work week is 4 hours of, donating time. And when this was really hitting me, it was like Tuesday, and I was like already at 8 or 9 hours of donated time, and with more to go. I was like, man, how do I get my regular stuff done? So that's the thing that's been very helpful for me. And it was one of those things where if you ever had one of those moments where you're just really stuck or blocked on something, and then you hear one thing, that person just says that one phrase, that one sentence, and all of a sudden it's just like, boom, completely breakthrough, and can never see it again. And it just clicks. And that's what it was for me. So that's what I've been really excited to share with others. And it's been very helpful. And because when we're following our passion, it's so much more easy to get burnt out. It just is. It's easy to get burnt out on our regular work. It's easy to get burnt out on our donation works and our charitable works. And what happens when we get burnt out? Who does that help? It helps nobody, because then there's a huge deficit and a huge debt, energy debt, that we have to rebuild up over time. So it's an energy debt, it's a body debt, it's a neurological chemicals in the brain debt that needs to be built up, and it's no bueno. So there's no honor in being burnt out. There's nothing cool about being burnt out. There's nothing admirable about being burnt out. To me, what's admirable is having the harmony and having the balance, and knowing what are the optimal allocations of time, money, and energy. And sure, we'll go over at times or under at times, but knowing where the benchmark, that was really key for me, because before that, I didn't even know what the benchmark was. I was like, should I just be, donating to anybody who asks? And that just means I'm in the flow, with like the universe or whoever needs it. and this clicked it in. So yeah, feel free to share with me, in the comments what resonates with you from that, and taking a look. And this is going to be a key feature that I'm excited for with the software is we'll just be able to see, this is the 10% that I donated each month with money, and here's the 10% that I donated in time. We already have the core underlying feature of syncing with the Google Calendar for that, yet we just need to tally it up. And so that way, it's always keeping us in harmony of that reciprocity of giving and receiving. And one last thing is I even changed my mind. I was like, giving versus donating. Like donating for me is its own category, and it just sets my mind in a certain way different than giving. Like, I'll give in a friend conversation, or I'll give in a family conversation, or I'll just, give in those things. But to me, it's been different of like donating. And that's helped me have those clear boundaries of my time and, money. So 10% donating time, 10% of our working hours, 10% of personal income. So now we'll go into the subconscious release. And I think for this week specifically, for me personally, once I just clicked with me, I just heard that 10%, like there was no like emotional resistance. There was no nothing. It just clicked. I was like, oh, it makes sense. So maybe it's different for you, or maybe it just makes a ton of sense as well. Maybe there's no internal, resistance in your body. If there is, let me know in the comments. So then moving forward, I would think what we'll dive into today is releasing any resistance on a harmonious balance with our time, money, and energy. So just like this 10% rule, 10% of the time, 10% of the money, that type of philosophy of where does our time, what's the optimal, ballpark allocation of time, money, and energy for our business, our team, our family, our relationship, our personal self, just alone, our spiritual journey, our friends, our, donating that we're doing. We'll release any resistance, any guilt, any shame, any, judgment around having that optimal balance. Because again, why do we want that optimal balance? Because then more time, money, and energy will flow through us. And if we don't, then we just stay small. We can only affect so many because we're just running on empty. So the more we have that optimal allocation, the more that can flow through, and the bigger our impact becomes. And we're following our passion. So that's what we care about most. So any resistance on that is what we'll go through and release here on the optimal allocation for harmony, for balance, true balance.